Right, welcome to the video. Earlier this year I did a little tiny deep dive into an anime that I found on a vinyl record that didn't really pop up under most search results. It had the name of the anime right on the music. You type it into Google, no results. This led me down a whole search for information about it, and I almost came up with nothing. As far as we could tell, it was canceled, and the only part of it that even showed up was a 30-second commercial that aired on TV, which we don't actually have. We have a bunch of black and white screenshots of it that we found in a magazine that mentioned this thing like one time. No solid leads, questions abound as to whether this is going to be a full series or what. I went through every magazine that I could get my hands on. Pretty much no information on this thing. Like a month later, right, one of my subscribers sends me a message on social media basically shaking because they have in their hands pictures of it in a magazine. Like, what magazine was it? I went through everything I could go through, right? I went through Fan Road, Animage, I even went through Gamist and MSX Fan magazine. Those didn't have anything to do with anime, I just thought they were neat. Anyway, it turns out they're going through an antique mall, right? And they find this thing for like $1. They open it up and there's these images of this anime that we only have like 3 screenshots of. So I asked them, what magazine is this, right? It was Globion magazine, which I don't expect you guys to know what that is. I barely know what Globion is, but it's like the only thing that I excluded from my searches for a couple of reasons, which I'll get into now. 1. This was a magazine that only ran for 8 issues in 1986. The company that made it either went out of business or just stopped printing it the very next year, like in, I think it's January was the last issue. So, it just never seemed to pop up for sale. It's not like particularly desirable or anything, they just didn't make a lot of them. Second reason, Globion was made specifically to advertise direct-to-VHS anime for the rental and hobby markets, so the thought that they would even cover an anime that they were not selling didn't occur to me. Third reason, I have half of the issues of Globion magazine. It had a bunch of information on stuff like California Crisis, so I had to have a few of those just, sitting around for when I did videos on that anime. So, I asked them, what month is it? So the magazine, in January of 1987, they canceled it. That's the last one. I have that. I also have November of 1986. The one that they found was December of 1986. So this whole time I was just 1 month away from finding extra information about Common Senshi Lava Thunder. So the usual happens, they take some pictures of it, they forward them to me, I thank them for their trouble. Fast forward like 2 weeks, right? I ordered that magazine just for the sake of having it, and here we are. New information on this anime that we know next to nothing about. I had somebody translate and proofread that for us, and now we have a translation of that article. Here's what they have to say about it. A new fantasy epic debuts as a commercial. In the past, there have been many different kinds of animated films, TV series, OVAs, theatrical versions, and so on. However, before deciding on the medium for this release, a 30-second film for a TV spot and a theme song was created, giving birth to an animation of the new century. With a screen full of power and the fighter sung by Mitsuko Horie, it's the best of both worlds. Will it be an OVA, a movie version, or will it be a TV series? Let's hope. The theme of the song is the dreams and longings that are in everybody's hearts, superimposed on Lava Thunder, and appeals that the hero is the viewer themselves. It's a cheering song for youth. Okay, so one thing that stands out to me is this one line, before deciding on the medium for this release, so seemingly the magazine doesn't know what this is either. They're talking about it like it hasn't even been greenlit, like they don't know anything about it. So a few more months pass, right? I get a message on my web ring from somebody saying there's a summary of it in another magazine, and it has a story. So around this time I'm thinking to myself, well finally, if the anime had a story, it had to be in production. It might have gotten canceled, but it's got a story. A few more weeks pass and I had Marty from the last video translate that as well. The summary reads as follows. Masked Warrior Lava Thunder is not a live-action drama about transformations. It's the title of a 30-second commercial co-produced by Nippon Columbia and Pan Media. The commercial is for a product called Masked Warrior Lava Thunder, and its theme song, The Fighter, released by Columbia on November 25th, will be sung by Mitsuko Horie. Normally, in the case of an anime, the decision to make it into a TV show, a video, or a film is made first, and then the promotional ad is produced. but this time the ad will first be aired as an anime, and after seeing the response it'll be made into an anime in one form or another. The story takes place in Galatia during the Dark Ages, a time of daily battles. Lava Thunder, the main character, who grew up as an orphan in a shepherd's village, is actually the heir to the royal family of Parthia, a clan of light. After being given a bronze mask of light, he sets off on a journey of battles, taught that by defeating the Dark Clan of Darl, an era of peace would come for the Dark Ages of Galatia. Then he grows through his encounters with various people on his journey. The 30-second commercial may not be enough to convey the full content, but the imagery should give you an idea of what it's about, so you should go take a look. It can be seen in the Columbia commercial slot of O Family from early December, and this is the first time that an anime has ever been promoted in this way, so it'll be interesting to see how this develops in the future. So, that certainly clears quite a few things up. This wasn't a cancelled anime or an anime that was in pre-production. This wasn't an anime at all. This was a fake anime that they made a commercial for where they didn't even have, this wasn't even greenlit, okay? They made a commercial where even the magazine is like, this is the only time this has ever been done. Fake anime commercial for a vinyl record has never been attempted. We're looking forward to seeing how that happens. Nice prank you pulled on me, 1980s Japan. I'm sorry, I just wanted to share this inane, completely useless piece of trivia with my electronic friends. Not in the real world, but in a digital way. So if you want to see more of my videos, I've got more stuff coming up. I'd like to thank the people who support me on Patreon and keep my lights on, which are these beautiful people over here. And if you want to see more, I just did a video about a 3-minute anime about chain-smoking businessmen and their chance encounters with love in their everyday lives. Took me a lot of time. Go look at that video. It's way better than what I just talked about. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to be talking about anime that don't exist. I have anime that actually exists to be talking about. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.